We are the Wormhole Extremists. My name is David. I'm with Nicole.
Hello, hello.
And Evie.
Good day.
And we're watching The Light. And if this isn't...
Dark intro.
You know, this guy could have easily played RoboCop with that chin.
He really could, yes.
He reminds me so much of Peter Weller.
Oh, okay, the flirting here, though. I know something terrible's about to happen, but the flirting.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my goodness.
So I think you could call this episode the one with the Goa'uld Pleasure Palace.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
Bonspiel. Only Jack could flirt with the word Bonspiel.
Yeah. Look at that smile. A Jack smile that always gets
the
me.
Banter.
Yeah, I think that's why I love it so much. There's a lot of moments in this episode
just
that
on
I think
point.
I love between the SG1 team. I think that's why I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel as alienating.
Like, to preface what's about to come, so obviously suicide is absolutely no joking matter.
Nope.
Yeah.
But the Gate World reviewer aptly described what's coming up as a head-on collision with a forming wormhole.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of clever.
Yeah. And that he doesn't leave his legs behind is
I found that very interesting.
No,
I didn't
he
wonder why his
doesn't.
legs didn't.
Yeah, considering
stay
how low
behind.
he is. Whoa.
Yeah. So this actor is Link Baker as Lieutenant Dean Barber. So he actually returns for 2 additional appearances, even though he just died quite horribly there. So we see him again as a Jafar rebel Artok in season 6 Allegiance.
That's right.
Whoa, yeah.
And later as a frozen Azurian / replicator in the Atlanta season 3 episode Progeny.
Holy
Okay.
frozen bad guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we also meet in this episode Christian I as or Air as Lauren.
Yes.
Judy Patootie.
Yeah, this is his only Stargate role. Since then, he's dabbled in like a bit of anime voice acting.
Oh.
And I didn't know this, but he also appeared in Elf alongside Will Ferrell as Froom Froom, one of Santa's elves. So his memorable line in the film is, "If he hasn't figured out he's human by now, he never will." Referring to Buddy's struggle to meet toy-making quotas.
Oh, that's funny.
And
Hello,
as you said before, this
new
episode... It won a Leo for Best Production Design of a Dramatic Series.
Very good.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And we've got new people coming in and out. I love this.
So that Greybeard is my father.
It is. Hello,
Hey,
darling.
So
Mr.
welcome,
Reed.
Dad.
Hey, Dad.
This is not an amazing episode, but I hope you enjoy.
So
All
some
right.
dark themes this episode.
Yeah.
I hope you're entertained.
So there's some ambiguity around Barber's correct title. So Hammond calls him a lieutenant, yet the credits list him as a sergeant. So additionally, if you look up Link's IMDb profile, it does credit his character as a lieutenant.
Well, if it's spoken in dialogue, then that trumps credits.
Yeah.
So on the hierarchy of what is canon.
Hey, gang. Oh, your dad is so sweet. Love it. Everyone give David's dad some love.
Oh, gosh. Yes.
So this is the only episode of Stargate written by James Phillips. So I looked into his profile, and in total he's won like 4 awards and received 22 nominations for like various writing projects. So that's pretty impressive. And this is the only episode this season to be directed by, is it Peter Wost or Peter West?
West.
And he has also worked this season behind the scenes a lot as the director of photography. So hasn't been completely absent.
I'm actually quite excited. This episode is really interesting because it's all about like, addiction and like depression and
it deals with some very heavy topics.
Yeah,
So
it's really dark.
That device can be seen in Stronghold when Ball captures Teal'c, except it has claws on it. I think it's Stronghold, if I'm remembering correctly.
Whoa, you just
So-
went really far
okay.
in
Yeah.
the future.
Yeah.
Well, I
reuse,
sold one,
recycle.
so yep.
Ah.
Exactly. So I mean, they've got the molds for it.
What I'm learning is that I should have been old enough to go work at Stargate auction stuff in order to know all sorts of cool fun facts.
If only you had more money.
Damn
as a
my
child.
age. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Why wasn't I a Kardashian?
I was going to say before, Daniel mentioned in the briefing room that he was convinced that the palace was abandoned like years ago, and it's like, you know, thousands of years old. So it's kind of a bit of a bold statement, because when we actually get to the planet, it appears deserted, but there's actually no sign to suggest it wasn't left behind recently. So there's like an absence of dust, sand, and debris on the floors, which is kind of strange because it's located right near a beach.
Dust, sand, and what?
Dust, sand, and debris.
Debris?
There's nothing. Yeah, there's no debris, or however you like to pronounce it, debris. On the floors. Anyway, so either like it's not as old as he thinks it is, or Lauren is like an exceptionally fastidious housekeeper.
I was gonna, yeah, I hope so.
Then maybe
So
his
Daniel's
hidden talent.
Daniel's reaction there, like his constant like bitterness and like eagerness to do all this. This is my reaction.
He's off his meds.
This is my reaction when I try to make macarons and I can't get it to work. When he was yelling at the remote a minute ago. Macarons are the hardest thing to bake.
You and I need to have a little macaron lesson together, because I've figured them out, but they are very tricky.
Oh, it hurts.
Oh boy. Wow.
See, I'm not gonna lie. Somehow this Daniel for me is like better, because you can tell something's real wrong.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah,
did you find a sarcophagus again? You're acting like you're in need of a fix.
Yeah. See,
still got
he's
like
on
some
drugs
of the remnants
here.
of
So this makes sense.
Memory.
Yeah, the only way Daniel can be the worst is when he's on drugs. So I couldn't believe the last episode.
Not when he's destroying Moscow.
No. I could not believe that one bit, Just Daniel selfish and like being nasty to people. That's drugged up Daniel.
Yeah.
Like if he was on drugs last episode, I would have totally gone it.
Gould drugs.
Yeah, Gould drugs. This was a dark moment. Do you think they had to like so when they filmed the shot when Daniel's outside his apartment, like hanging off the building, how did they shoot that? Did they have to tell people?
So he's got I'm sure they did. I'm sure they had people on the ground saying,
harness?
no, it's just a production, because he's got a harness. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So luckily the front door is open. How convenient is that?
Yeah. So you'll notice that just before the sun was shining and the building was dry. However, when Jack encounters Daniel on the balcony, the ground is wet and the sky is cloudy.
Yep.
That said, I think that the changing weather sort of serves the scene, because it accentuates Daniel's torment and desperation.
The back and forth is very extreme. Yeah.
Also, the exterior building is located in Beatty Street in Vancouver, and I believe it's the third location used to represent Daniel's apartment since season 1.
Yeah.
Lord, this guy moves so much. Someone who's never home.
Although I guess in Fire and Water, he probably didn't lose that apartment intentionally. They did pack it all up thinking he was dead.
Yeah.
Didn't we see it in Forever and a Day?
Yeah, different building.
Oh,
I thought it was different. It looked different,
Yeah.
Interesting.
This is a real like dark moment. I remember watching this. Like I didn't really understand the intensity when I was a kid, but now I do.
Yeah. Well, it carries a lot of like significant emotional weight, because I think Jack can really empathize quite deeply with Daniel. So he's also experienced despair and self-destructive thoughts following Charlie's death. Yeah. So I think he kind of understands where Daniel's mindset is at on like a more profoundly personal level.
Yep. All he has to do is just let go, and he won't be able to get him. He won't be able to grab him.
This is a really interesting level of despair. So before you could, like, in Need, you can really see that Daniel's on drugs. But with this is like such a level of pain that like I feel like this is how he would have been after Sharae if Sharae hadn't have given him that really weird therapy in Forever and a Day.
Yeah.
It's this is like so believably painful. And I'm not gonna lie, you can really feel like, so Jack's trying to be Jack about it, right? But I really love the way he just approaches him and kind of gives him that moment of comfort. And the way that Daniel kind of reaches back to Jack a little bit, like with his voice. He has this kind of like surprised affection with him. Just, I love seeing these two just doing these things together.
They're so awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack doesn't know how to emotion, but he's trying
he
really
doesn't.
hard. So you see this, like, this whole moment
Jack's
here.
used to fixing things, so he's trying to offer his help
Look at that.
by fixing things.
I just love the way he says Jack, and the moment he realizes he's got
Well, it's like he's almost like snapped out of it for a second.
Yeah. Just grabs him immediately. This like this for me is one of the most beautiful Jack and Daniel moments. You know, It shows what would have happened if Daniel ever went to like that in these other moments that we didn't get to explore. So, Logwatcher said also that they used a stunt double up for the high up moment, and then
they did.
Michael Shanks was apparently on a lower floor when they did the other shots.
Oh.
And apparently for the close-up shots, he wasn't over the rail, and he was on the first floor.
Okay.
Jedheads noticed the pots and pans in Daniel's apartment were dangling on those weird metal hook things, and he said, "Does anyone else hang their pans like that?" No, I think it's bizarar.
Many American kitchens are like that.
But yeah, I think it's kind of cool.
Uses if it's either decoration or a cooking utensil.
Yes.
David's dad has said, "How do you say I love you to someone you have shared life-threatening events with?" Yeah, that is kind of the situation, isn't it? It's beautiful.
So this is kind of a really super minor goof that you probably wouldn't get unless you were in this field. But Jack mentions proceeding through the gates in Mop 2, but they apparently are wearing Mop 3 gear.
Are you sure that's just Mop 3, not Mop 4?
Doesn't he say Mop 4 when they go to Cassandra's car?
Yeah, exactly. And Mop 4 is containment, so you've got the headpiece and everything. So if you say Mop 3, I believe you. But yeah,
rubs that weird yellowy, brown, orangey stuff on his fingies.
Maybe that's Mop 4. But it's interesting that Teal'c didn't participate in that, but now he is.
They're just assuming that
Well, maybe because it's a Gould planet, it might have threatening things to Teal'c, so they're being a bit more cautious.
Maybe.
That could be, too.
I don't know.
Different steps. We don't often see different sets of steps.
We're seeing Teal'c because we didn't really get Teal'c last episode, and we're not really getting him in this episode. Was he popping out a kid during this time, or was he just,
There's just some circumstances where he's just underutilized. So.
Yeah.
He wasn't. But the thing is, wasn't loud and obnoxious about it. If he wasn't. He was perfectly content to be, the stoic
I don't feel
statue.
The absence of Teal'c that much in Stargate, which I do really love, because I think it's important that like the character, the team feels like a team, and even with the absence of a member of SG1, it still feels like I'm watching Stargate, and I don't have an issue with it. Like he's there in spirit.
The kid hit himself pretty well with the other SG team. Why is he running all over the place now?
I don't know.
Oh, that's so cool.
I was going to say, like, do you have any idea how this was produced? Like, how they actually created this effect? Yeah.
So it's a combination of digital and a practical a practical device that's shining off of them there.
Okay. Because it kind of looks like a smoke machine almost.
Yeah, actually.
There wasn't any smoke. But yeah, you've got the element that's actually interacting with them in person, or on their physical person. You can see that in the stock shot from the episode that I have pulled for the image here. And then the visual effect in certain shots, like this shot on Carter. There's no CG in that.
No.
Okay, so it would have been on set, but also a little bit of post production.
Bridget McGuire won an Emmy for it, so
it's excellent.
I need to ask her actually how they actually pulled it off. If it's like a series of gels with some kind of a chamber.
I couldn't find much information about it, so
yeah.
I like the way he touches it at some point, and it like is all like watery almost.
Yep.
I'm excited.
It is mesmerizing.
It is. I feel so calm and relaxed.
And even the Jaffa are not immune to it.
Yeah.
No.
Well, it's a ghoul drug den, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, you know.
That's basically what it is. It has that effect on the brain.
I like that I said drug and then the word in it, like it connects somehow. That's how half the people who do drugs in my area talk. I once had a guy drive up next to me and he was like, hey, you got any drugs? And I was like, no. And he's like, oh, you don't get any in it? And I was like, no, go away. So
in it.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
It's bad. Like, drugs aren't legal in this country to any degree, really. And like, so it's very interesting when I bump into people. It's in Cambridge. It's a student area, so you just smell it on every corner.
Absolutely,
so.
They're all smoking.
Are these hallways just a redressing of the SGC set? They just look like they're the same width.
It could be.
I like the ceiling lights that
and
were
the
just
floor as well look the same, but they just put some paint on it.
It could entirely be.
I find it weird when they're wearing the actual like camouflage.
They don't often wear it.
It weirds me out. I'm like, what's that?
It's not a normal outfit. What was the kid eating?
That's what I was wondering, yeah. How do you keep the batteries charged on his camera?
I don't know.
It's nuclear.
This is just like an interesting time.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, like, he's kind of an interesting character because in many ways he's very, very childlike. You know, like I'm talking like
no development,
like an adolescent. But he's obviously done some very adult things to keep alive. You know, he's maintained this sort of kind of residence for himself. He's obviously going out and hunting for food. The place looks clean. Like, yeah.
The place looks clean. It's nice cleaning.
He's obviously done some adult things. He's set up an OnlyFans. You know.
Yeah.
He's got to keep the lights on somehow.
Yeah. I really, you know what? I think one of the things that connects me with this episode, like other than like, you know, mental health and, you know, finding those like moments that bring you happiness and the light giving you that short happiness and you go and like not being able to keep that is like definitely a, you know, thing that I have with my depression. But also like this kid has such a like tough time and knowing his like isolation and how hard it's been for him. Mentally for him as well is very interesting. So they didn't do a very good job scouting the area if they didn't find all his stuff, you know.
Well, maybe they did, but they didn't really think much of it. Just thought it was the previous occupants. I don't know.
Well, they have reason to believe that he's gotten them sick, so
yeah,
they have to be careful here. They don't know what this kid is doing.
Also, kids and bombs, you know, you never know with this show.
Exactly.
Yep. Or kids and
isn't this
bomb-making instructions.
Isn't this where it's been a few hours where Hammond's like, yo, you guys, you've been
an hour.
Yeah, they were in there for a while and they're not even aware of it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should really check Lauren's mouth for any you know, like
false teeth.
Yeah, false teeth.
Poke his heart, see if there's anything next to it doing bad stuff.
They missed their check-in.
You say hello. Say hello to the camera.
It's funny.
It's kind of interesting because Jack's usually very good with children and he's very good with Lauren, but he wasn't like that at all with Shifu.
Maybe it's because he kind of knows, but also I feel like Shifu was more Daniel's kid to look after, so maybe they were like, we're going to focus on that dynamic.
What? He looked at his watch. What?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So SG5 is not the first team to be lost in action. So previously SG7 was eliminated by nearity in singularity.
Who was the black hole?
SG11 vanished in spirits. SG10 fell victim to the black hole in a matter of time. And SG6 was killed by the aliens in Foothold.
We got SG11 back, though.
Yeah, technically.
Yeah. What about the other members of Astra's team in Divide and Conquer?
Yeah. Didn't they all die?
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't she like the last one left?
I think so. I'm not entirely sure. All right.
So when you kind of look at it, Daniel has been asleep for the best part of 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting paid to sleep.
Yeah. Pretty good deal.
Yeah, pretty good deal. Don't look at it. Don't look at it, honey.
Surely Sam's got to be putting this together. Like, something's going on with this thing.
Yeah. Well, I feel like their brain's telling them that nothing's wrong and that and not letting them put it together because they're just having such a good time. It's like me with my debit card, you know. I'm just like, man, you know, like all that money's going down, but I don't notice because I'm just
having such a good time.
I'm having such a good time.
Well, it's a dopamine hit.
Yeah.
So
yes.
Yeah. Spending is a drug.
It really is. Like I definitely have an addiction problem with that, and I say it with all seriousness. That's not even a joke. I've been considering therapy for my spending addiction, so
I don't think that would hurt.
No, I don't think so either. It's actually so bad. I've given my grandmother the money in my bank account and been like, "You only give me a certain amount a week, all right? Let me suffer." So we did that today. I was like, "Here's all my money."
He doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah. So there's a goof coming up. So initially he holds this gun in his right hand, but in the next shot, it appears in his left hand before he hands it to Teal'c.
Oh, Teal'c, it's just a toy. It's okay. I love the way that Teal'c like is with this kid. I'm absolutely like, this is one of my favorite things about Teal'c. I think it really warmed me to him.
So in the Gate World review, Deborah Kraft highlighted that this particular scene she really enjoyed, and she praised Christian's acting, but mentioned that she would have liked to have seen more interactions between him, Teal'c, and Daniel.
Yeah.
$101. He
aged so well compared to Braytak, who's 134 now.
He's playing this so straight.
Yeah. So, according to Earth calendars and the date this episode aired, that would put Teal'c's birthday around March 14, 1899. So, happy belated birthday, Teal'c.
Hey, happy birthday.
Right.
Thursday. Oh, this is so cute. Teal'c is so cute.
I know. When he presses his button again, and he's like, oh, the simple pleasures.
It's like in Bane, when he has the water gun fight. It's so cute.
Yes, exactly.
That's right, the water gun.
Or in Point of No Return, this weapon appears to be non-functional.
Oh, that's right.
Why is he so cute?
Towery children have these devices, and Martin Lloyd.
Yeah. Not just kids play with fake guns.
Here we go.
It's taking its toll on Jack.
Gecko Fessett, I wonder what the death rate is for SG teams per year. Yeah. I mean, if you count in the fact that SG1 dies like at least once a season, like someone in there dies somewhere along the way, then it's pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. Come on, put this together. Something's wrong.
Yeah.
1 + 1 = 2, guys. There we go.
Yep.
Come on.
So he knows.
Jed Ted said, I'm addicted to microtransactions in certain games. Bruh, that is a dark, journey.
Oh my gosh, don't ever add your credit card information because that's how it starts.
Yes.
And I think Jack has mentioned getting hooked in the past, so
he has.
I think he can recognize it before,
identify it.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's part of the reason he was the first to like say, "Hey, come on, let's get out of here," with the light. I think some part of him was recognizing something of what was happening.
Yeah, Daniel was there longer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were just plugged into it for almost an hour.
Yeah.
All those years of just saying
Jack
no.
said just saying no. So apparently this is a reference to the US anti-drug campaign of the 80s and 90s.
Dare to keep kids
designed
off
to
drugs.
prevent children from engaging in illegal drugs by educating them on various refusal methods.
Yep.
Brilliant. Yeah. That's so funny.
But now we don't tell them no. Now we just let them have the pot.
I love that Daniel's just always Jack's damsel in distress.
Yeah, so it's very bold of Frasier to assume that exposing Daniel to the alien light would not only prevent his death but also revive him.
It's the only thing they could possibly think of. Yeah. It's the only thing. It's either he dies or you run. So
and Joe Malozzi has said that this scene dispels any doubts about the depth of Jack's feelings for Daniel.
100%. This is what I mean. This episode, I love it because their love for each other is just so, I don't mean it in a shippy way. Like, I mean it in a friendship way. They're beautiful. Like, I love the way he also put his hand behind his head so he wouldn't hurt his head when he went down as well. Beautiful. I feel like there's this weird, like again, and I've talked about this before, or the last time this happened, the way that the SG1 men are not, like, afraid to have these intimate moments with each other and really show their love for each other is beautiful.
Yeah.
They're with the light. They're preoccupied.
Yeah.
He doesn't go in.
Yeah.
So, well, no, we actually found out he does, but he didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, he's not allowed to go into the room.
Lockwatcher, when Teal'c was born, so was the vacuum cleaner, 1899. Thank you, Lockwatcher.
Oh, cool.
That is a very cool fact. God, there's so much touching. Love it. Aren't they going to fight outside in a minute as well?
They do, yeah.
Yeah. They start walking away from the facility or the castle,
Yeah, she gets really sassy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my favorite scene from this episode.
Yep.
So, David's dad, you still here? How's the episode going for you?
He's a huge Terrell Rothery fan. He's always loved The Small Woman.
Oh, so he really loves this episode.
And I'm referencing Daniel's line from
the Napoleon Powermonger.
Yep.
Yeah, the small woman.
Someone gets the small woman and tell her that whatever she has given me isn't good enough. It's not working.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a great line. So, I'll wait till it comes up. I was getting ahead of myself.
All right, we're starting to come on, put it together.
Yeah.
Feel free to get ahead of yourself, though, We might talk over you in a minute. Who knows? Honey.
I'm really surprised that she's not even considering it.
Maybe it's the drugs. Maybe she's so into it. She's like, oh, no, couldn't be. I don't have a problem.
Yeah.
Problem is, if you stay in there too long, you die.
Yeah.
From malnutrition.
So Carter just questioned how Daniel recovered by arriving on the planet, and someone on Reddit just said plot armor.
Here's the thing with TV shows, I think I can accept plot armor and I can I'm way more on board with it. But when I'm reading a book, I'm like, get out of here, plot armor. Like, I think the difference is a television show is like a different level of enjoyment. Like the plot armor's kind of more necessary. Oh, this is the cool effect when you put the sound in there in a minute. I'm so excited to see it. Do it. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the gate effect.
It is cool how it responds.
In books.
Don't look at it. Don't look at it. It's like a siren.
Yeah.
Don't
very much so.
Yeah. Don't listen to her sing.
Good.
Yeah, is it the Weeping Angels? The
God,
in Doctor Who?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, don't look away.
Oh, that's Don't Look Away.
Jeez,
yeah, you're right.
Look
it's
at
the
this.
opposite. It's the opposite.
So the pedestal, I think. Let me have a look at it here.
Oh, David, your dad is so cute. Intend to watch this series with my son from start to finish.
That would be nice.
Do it, do it, do it. Oh, Daniel's so cute. Yeah.
Glasses.
Yeah, can you guys send, like, I don't know, an Xbox? Xbox wasn't out yet, a PlayStation.
The Xbox wasn't out in 2000?
I think it came out late 2000 or early 2001. I think it debuted with Halo 1, and I think it was 2001. I'm not entirely sure. Ted, feel free to correct me.
Look at this. This is bad.
Yeah.
Ah, there you go.
Oh, he found the off switch.
Yeah.
He done did it.
But they still have to stay around it for a while, right?
Yeah, like the vibes.
Yeah, there's one other thing that needs to be deactivated, I think, in the actual pedestal itself.
Oh, because they left the lights. The lights are off, but there's still that the air. There's still something.
Yes,
in the air.
There is still something in the air.
I can feel it calling in the air. It's just Phil Collins.
Jeez.
Yeah.
The episode of Modern Times Now would have been called The Cell Phone. With people in my daily life that cannot be pulled away from their devices.
It's really
the same
interesting.
exact drug.
The way that we sit here and we're like, drugs are addictive. Yep. They are bad. But like, the government, every government will just give stuff that's bad. You know,
bread and circuses.
Mm.
Oh boy, here we go.
He's smiling so much, kid. You got to be honest.
Yeah,
man.
He's happy that they're there.
Yeah. They're dead. Uh-huh. Don't get so antsy, my guy.
He's terrified.
He's just a kid. Yeah, he's just a kid.
Mm.
I was right. Original Xbox came out in 2001.
Really? Okay.
Season 5 of SG1. I know my stuff. Jacob said this episode is a metaphor for the whole Stargate. Once we start watching it, we cannot stop without going wacko.
I love that shot. That is so cool.
Yeah. Oh, come on, guys. Fight, fight, fight. Kiss, kiss, kiss.
It's coming.
Oh, come on.
That's a reference.
No, kissing is... that's not...
It's a silly reference.
It's not relevant.
May they rest in peace.
It's a nice beach.
It looks like a nasty beach. Oh,
I was like, that looks awful.
My toes. Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Oh my goodness, guys. Oh god.
Ooh.
God, love it.
Mm.
I half expected her to hit him.
Yeah.
When he grabbed her like that.
Bit of Starbuck and Apollo. Let's go. I really also like the way that they were like, oh, you think I'm going to keep that up forever? It's like, oh yeah, what now kind of thing. And it's very like, yeah, so if you guys are stuck in forever, you're going to be a couple. Like, you're going to drop all the sirs and colonels. And then he's like, yeah, it's the way it is. And it's like, ooh, bit of underlying joke. Oh, this is so cute. He's going to take a photo of Daniel. Oh, it's so adorable. I can't. Oh, this is so sweet. I feel like Daniel's not great with kids. Like, he's always a bit awkward, you know, except for that one girl in season 7.
Daniel's so awkward.
Yeah, look.
He's just trying to work.
Jacob just said Jack does not wear that hat as good as Daniel. That floppy cap.
I agree.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, you're happy we're here.
Daniel's got a bit of a shadow growing. I love bearded Daniel.
Yeah, because they've presumably been there for a little while. So
yeah.
And he was basically comatose for several days. So
yeah, he hasn't had time to shave.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we found his dead parents outside. Don't worry about it. Had a fight. Nearly made out. No biggie.
Headache.
Because you're here, darling.
And so am I.
So the light is off, but another part of it is still on, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And they've got to dial that down.
Yeah. Something else is like pulsing.
So why isn't Lauren like crazy on the drugs?
Well, because he hasn't been like he didn't. I don't think he ever properly engaged with the light for it to ever trigger him.
Yeah, but it's not just the light.
Yeah. No. I think Frasier said before that he's as addicted as the rest of them.
So he's just adapted.
No,
to
you're
it.
right.
But he'd have a much longer withdrawal period.
Potentially. I'm sure they sent over a PlayStation and like different people to watch over him.
The light is the entertainment. Yeah.
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 Yep.
There we go.
It's in the air. Cue Phil Collins.
Yeah, I was going to say, Phil Collins was right. There was something in the air tonight. So in the
said something really funny. Evie, go first.
I was going to say, in the audio commentary, it's mentioned that Lauren is supposed to be 15 years of age, but the actor is actually 23 when he plays his character.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, he's not a kid. I mean, relatively.
Just has a youthful face.
He's only 3 years younger than me here. So, Lockwatcher said when Teal'c was 10 years old, on Earth, the paper shredder was being invented. Brilliant. Yo, Jack, chill out, my guy. Oh, my goodness. David's dad said, listening to your comments as much as I'm watching means I'm missing important crap. I wish I was as immersed in it as you all. That's the thing. This is a rewatch kind of place to be. Just start watching Stargate with David. You'll catch up in no time. And then, look, we'll be here,
So this center column was also, I believe, used in Sight Unseen.
Oh,
I thought you were going to say that. Ugh.
And then the pedestal that he retracted was the base of the gold vat.
I'm going to quote Jeff Golker
in the Mardi Gras episode. So, Summon Last Stand. Go ahead.
I wish I could sight unseen that episode.
Jeff said, I wish I could sight unseen.
Yeah. That made me laugh a lot. I was like, that was an EV level bad joke. Love it. So
I'm glad I have a reputation.
I was going through your memes today, Faye. I was showing her all your stuff, and I was like, look how beautifully terrible these jokes are, but I don't know how she does it. They're all so punny. So.
One pun at a time.
The way you have them queued up is beautiful as well.
Jack's like, you did?
This kid needs like major therapy. Also, I'm not gonna lie, this is like, I think this is one of like the stronger guest appearances on this show.
Yeah, he doesn't get a whole lot of credit.
No, this actor, I think, did a phenomenal job of like a child's pain, and I think it's pretty hard to do.
He's been alone for at least like 7-8 years.
Yeah,
and he's doing a great job.
Tears glistening on his face.
I just want to give this kid a hug and a PlayStation.
Get him addicted to something else.
Nintendo?
Yeah. Oh.
And they died.
Maybe he can move to Earth and become a photographer.
Yeah.
Work on Wormhole Extreme.
Oh, that sounds like a really cute fan fiction story.
Yeah. Oh.
And he killed him.
He was trying to help. I want to cry just watching this performance.
Yeah.
Honestly, this hurts.
So he had to have turned it back on.
It was too late though, wasn't it?
He did turn it back on.
I mean, how was he supposed to know, though, about the guilt?
Yeah.
Oh, they drowned themselves.
It was too late. They did. They just walked into the water.
I forgot that.
Yeah. I like this episode because it's how, like, twisted it is. Yeah. Yeah, you didn't know better. Got the therapy. Oh my goodness. This poor guy.
I am reminded of the scene from Pay It Forward where Haley Osment's pouring out all the booze into the sink. And Helen Hunt's like trying to scrounge around the house for where she left the extra bottle. She left it in the ceiling lamp.
Damn.
I've only seen that movie once. It's too devastating to watch multiple times.
Yeah. Settings. I'm sad settings.
I'm sad that he got to have little cute moments with like everybody except Sam.
Yep.
Like I wish Sam and him got some moments.
Yep.
We're a bit smarter than your parents, respectfully, my kid. Don't worry about
it.
Yep.
So do you guys think that this ending is like a little bit too easy? Like the Gateworld reviewer calls the ending contrived, too easy, and too neatly packaged.
I mean, they do wrap it up pretty quickly.
I kind of agree. Yeah,
they have to wrap it up pretty quick, but I think they got the message across. But also, and I'm going to reference my depression again. When I come off my meds, I have to whittle it down slowly over time, you know, and you can't just come off that stuff cold turkey.
Oh no, of course.
And it's like I don't know. I think it's an important conversation, and I like the way that the ending is realistic of the drug addiction. You know,
yeah,
it is a bit fast and a bit much for obviously an episode of television, but Stargate is known for doing that. You know, it has to wrap things up fast.
So, Lauren would be the third alien kid living on Earth, in addition to Cassandra and Nyan, although he was a little bit older.
Nyan's not a kid, yeah.
So, no, not really. So, Gateworld questioned whether the SGC should consider opening an alien halfway house.
And go ahead.
Yeah, so Joseph Malozzi noted that season 4 had its highlights with episodes like Entity and Exodus, but also some that didn't quite measure up, with this episode being particularly underwhelming. And his sort of tepid review was also echoed by Gateworld's Deborah Kraft, who noted that the episode tugged at the audience's emotions but was a bit light on plot, pun intended.
I'm perfectly okay with that. Do that to me more, Stargate. Do that to me more.
You want light on plot?
I want heavy on the emotions.
Oh,
you know, if the plot has to suffer a little bit to focus on the emotions, I'm okay with it, because sometimes the plot is such a focus that they have to put the characters' emotions in a box on the side because they don't have time to explore it. So, yeah, I enjoyed the episode. Good times.
Thanks for hanging out.